Guys, what's going on? Industrial Dave. Welcome to 6 to 6. It ain't no work out there. Period. Construction, hey, there's no work where you live. That's part of it. Guys, the building trades moves along from coast to coast, south, north. I don't know how I did that. That's just how it is, guys. So you have to go with the flow. If there's no work where you're at, you can't just hang it up. You gotta find and move around with the work. That's just part of how the trade is. Even when I did my apprenticeship, there was never a time where, unless there's a small percentage of regions in the country that just have work year round. You know what I mean? Like California is part of that because they have so many refineries. The Gulf of Mexico with Texas, Louisiana, they've got massive refineries. Parts of the country like that are rare, but for the most part, regarding your Midwest and Northeast and stuff like that, the work moves from time to time. You know what I mean? Right now, there's one big project going on in Tennessee. They're building a HRSG, maybe about 3 years, 2 years. But there is one massive project going on right now, massive, out in Washington State, right? 5-year job. They're doing some new construction on a nuke. This is perfect if you're trying to get into trades. But again, everything's going to have a give and a take. A lot of people don't want to live in the Pacific Northwest. It's cold, wet, rainy. That's just how it is. But you have to move along with the work, right? So I'll give you an example. If you're in some type of crazy bind, right? Just imagine this. Stick with me. If you're in some type of crazy bind and you're like, look, I want to get out of debt. I want to get my money up. Go somewhere. Move. Just leave. This is part of the reason why people get stuck. They don't want to leave. Just imagine if you left working your fast food wherever you are, and then you move to Washington State in the middle of nowhere, but you made $80,000 a year straight for 3 years. Not even 5. It's a 5-year job. Let's just take 2.5. You made $80,000 a year for 2.5 years. You could get out of your bind. And that's the low end when I'm saying 80,000. That's probably like a labor, no disrespect. It's not a skilled trade. But a labor on a job like that can make 80,000 for sure. So why? Why stick where you're at making minimum wage or whatever it is when you can move? Problem is a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared to make that leap and that jump. And I do understand it is kind of scary, right? But depending on what type of person you are and how bad your situation is, sometimes the best comes out of you being scared and that fear and stuff like that. But you have to remember, this is just part of the building trades, guys. The building trades, not the other stuff. The building trades move from north to south, east to west. That is just how it is. There were just maybe about 7 or 6 years ago, there was a giant cracker plant out in Pennsylvania. Maybe 5,000 to 7,000 people were working out there. They had all the work. Everybody was out there. There were people that made $135,000 a year 4 years in a row. You know what I mean? And then down south, that was crazy. When you had Plant Vogel, there were people that were there for 9 and 10 years. 130. I know a guy who made $210,000 4 years in a row. This is in the South. In the South, guys. Again, you gotta move along with the work if you're not in one of these places, again, that have plants and refineries everywhere. This is just part of it. But a lot of people don't think about this. But again, and for my people who are wanting to get in trades, this is lovely. This is the thing that you should think about. If you've got a wife and kids, or just you and your wife, or you're by yourself, this is perfect to get out and travel and save some money, stack some money, or just whatever it is that you want to do. But again, this is perfect. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. Give you guys an idea about what the traveling is like, what the work is like. Don't listen to anybody who's saying, oh, the work's gonna be here all the time and blah blah. That's a lie. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. And then to mention, I hope that Trump does go through with this. Oh my God. If he puts no tax on overtime, if he puts no tax on OT and you're in the blue collar trades environment, dude, you're gonna be able to run it up. Like, this is insane. I was on a job for 22 months. I worked 4 10s and 2 8s for 22 months. You know how much money in overtime that is? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, shoot, man, 80. I think one of those years was like 94,000. The other one might have been like 89,000. Imagine not getting taxed on overtime on that. Like, dude, that's a whole other thing, guys. But listen, you got to move along with the work. If there's no work, you can stay at home and starve and wait for the next job. Or you can pack your bags, kiss the wife, kiss the kids goodbye, whatever, and tell them, hey, daddy got to go. Keep the bills coming. I got to pay them or whatever. Or take the family with you. The best thing that you can do is get on a new construction job. Just imagine if you got on a job 4 years, 4-year job, you could literally do your whole apprenticeship. You could finish your whole apprenticeship off of that one job and then be a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? Places like these, they're hiring. Oh my God, they're hiring like crazy, guys. But look, I just wanted to put that in you guys' head. You got to move along with the work, all right? So stay tuned. I got more heat coming. I appreciate you guys listening. Welcome to 6 to 6. It's Industrial Dave. Have an industrious day.